So what is up, everybody? Welcome to another video. In this topic, we're going to be going over cooperation. Now, this is from the book The 16 Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill. And these are some of the study notes that I've taken. So let's go over cooperation, why we should learn about it, ways in which we can actually develop it, and what benefit we will see, our society will see at large by having it. Now, Napoleon Hill states that cooperation is the beginning of organized effort. Coming together, working side by side. This is the beginning of organized effort. And he states that the subjective mind is the same as the subconscious mind, and the objective mind is the same as the conscious mind. And he mentions auto-suggestion quite a lot throughout the book. And he states that through auto-suggestion, any aid of this dual nervous system which you impress upon it, the plan is delivered back to your conscious mind through the same dual nervous system. So he's basically saying it's this harmony, this conscious mind, subconscious mind. You fixate upon something through affirmations, and you press upon your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind thus will deliver it back to you in some form of you seeing it manifest in your reality, even if it's just your attention being directed towards ways in which it could lead to the attainment of whatever it is you've pressed upon it. You start getting ideas and thoughts. And he states that before going to sleep at night, impress upon your mind the desire to arise in the morning at a given hour. So say 4 a.m. Okay, impress upon your mind and have positive determination that you will arrive at that time. And he states that what you will find is that you will wake up at that time. And he poses a question, and a really, really good question. And he states, if I ran an impression on my subconscious mind with the desire to arise at a specific time, and it will awaken me at that time. Okay, you're up at 4 a.m. Why do I not form the habit of impressing it with other important desires? So he makes a really good point. Like, if you press upon your mind, I'm going to get up at 4 a.m., I'm going to get up at 4 a.m., and you have this positive determination and belief, you inject that with the affirmation, and you get up at that time, why wouldn't you apply that to any other sort of areas in which you are looking to see a result from? And it goes back to talk about cooperation. And he states that nearly all businesses are conducted under some form of cooperation. I mean, take working in a shop. All the people who are delivering the food, the salespeople, the managers, the people who are involved in the rent of the property. And then you even go back to the people, you think of all the people that are involved in maintaining that property. It's just, we're in a sea of cooperation. And he states that Henry Ford, who was seen as like the richest dude at that time, it's through cooperation that provided him the platform in which he could sell his cars. And Napoleon Hill goes to say that if you master all the principles in this book, The 16 Laws of Success, you can have anything you want without violating the rights of others. And he says that success is not attained unless it's through peaceful, harmonious, cooperative effort. And he says that a philosophy based on cooperation breeds happiness, breeds a feeling of togetherness. You know, you feel like you're in a team instead of it being always like competitive, like And he tells us to strive to make cooperation the basis of our aims in the accumulation of wealth. It's because he's talking about how, like, you know, in society, you know, the chase for material things is quite a dominant aim in a lot of people's minds. And he states that if we can't change this highly materialistic sort of nature that in humanity, then we can at least change the basis in which we are pursuing that, which is in cooperation. And he goes on to talk about how he looks at knowledge. He states that it is not the schooling you've had. It's not the schooling you've had, but the extent in which you express that schooling that you have learned through well organized and intelligent action. So he's saying that, you know, the accumulation of knowledge is not you know, the thing that produces results, but it's the application of that knowledge. And I remember coming across him, one of the things he says in the books, that it doesn't matter if you have little knowledge in something, but what matters is your application of it. So there's no point just amassing a lot of information in your head if you are not finding ways in which you can actually apply it. And he states to express what you know in intensive action along a constructive lines. This is why I love YouTube, because YouTube is a good place to just share whatever you're into, share whatever books you're reading. And he states that lack of action causes a slip backwards until you get into a rut. Sometimes I feel this way, you know, whenever like I'm not putting action back of things I want to be successful at. It gets to the point where there's times where I'm just stagnant. I haven't taken action in so long that it's like those muscles are atrophied. And he talks about this principle is like whenever like if you tie up your arm and you don't use your arm, it's gonna become atrophied and it's gonna wither away. But if, like a blacksmith, you use your arms a lot, or someone who's into fitness, you use your arms and legs a lot, your body a lot, you're going to develop strength. You're going to develop endurance. And he says it's the same with the knowledge you have. If you have a bunch of knowledge but you don't act upon that knowledge, you don't use that knowledge, it's just going to wither away. It's going to wither away eventually. And he states that people of action feel uneasy when there's nothing to do. Nature abhors, is that a word? Abhors a vacuum. Oh. And he states that there is a psychological and economic reason why you should form the habit of intensive action. And he says your body is made up of billions of tiny cells that are highly sensitive, amenable to the influence of your mind. And if your mind is lethargic, inactive, the cells of your body become lazy and inactive too. So he's basically saying it's better just to act, just go for it. You know, people are confused of what to do. Based on this, it says don't be stagnant for too long, or you may fall back into a rut. And he makes a good point in saying that the intestines, whenever they are stagnant, lead to intoxication. So your intestines, whenever they are stagnant, lead to self-poisoning because things aren't moving as they should. And this is the part where he gets into, like, you know, if you're having like headaches and stuff like that, he recommends an enema. Or if you don't want to do that, 8 glasses of water, physical exercise, and, you know, a healthy diet full of fiber. And this was actually the section where I was like, wait a minute, does Napoleon Hill eat a plant-based diet? This is something I've never, like, I haven't really paid attention to. But then from reading his book, he's not like vegan or anything, but his diet is pretty plant-based. And I want to make a separate video on that because I don't really see people talking about this dude here, one of the OGs in the self-help movement. Eats a predominantly plant-based lifestyle. I think he's got a bit of milk here, the odd egg here. I think he says he eats steak every like 2 weeks or something. He's definitely not vegan or anything, but it's plant-based. And then he goes on to talking about, you know, his exercise program where he walks like 10 miles a day. He's getting the 20,000 steps in. Yeah. I believe he lived to like 97 or something like that. And then he goes on to talk about a enemy of success is the fatal worry habit. Worrying about what's going to happen or how your life is going to end up. And he says it's not only just worry. He states that it's envy, jealousy, hatred, doubt. And he states that all these negative emotions are fatal for action. Fatal for action. And his gloom chaser is I love his gloom chaser. Basically saying a forced laugh. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. And this is laughter yoga. Really, this is laughter yoga. I've got a friend who is studying laughter yoga. It works. It works. Laughter relieves stress and relieves worry, and, you know, happy people live longer. Scientifically proven. And he goes on to talking about the different types of purposes. He says that you may fall into the category of either being a dynamo, or you may fall into the category of being a balanced wheel in terms of business life. And it's kind of like one is like the promoter, like the salesperson really loves being around people, gets energy from being around people. And the other is more like an organizer role, like really enjoys like kind of like classifying and organizing facts and stuff like that, and finance. And he states that if someone is a dynamo and they're in a caretaker sort of role, they won't be as happy, and vice versa. So it's important to look at your life and look at your strengths and things like that, and lean towards that. And he states here again that success in its highest form comes from peace of mind, enjoyment, and happiness, which comes whenever you found the work which you like best. So that will be the highest form of success, and I like that. I like that a lot. So these are the steps to being able to actually increase your likelihood of success in life. He states to form a habit of doing the most distasteful task first thing in the morning. And he states that this procedure will be difficult at first, but after you form the habit, you will take pride in pitching into the hardest and most undesirable part of your work first. So wake up, whatever it is, make that YouTube video, write that book, write that essay, you know what I mean? Read that book, whatever it is, do that exercise. So, whatever it is, wake up and do the most distasteful task. And yeah. And he says, second, to place a sign in front of you where you can see it in your daily work, and put a copy in your bedroom where you will see it as you retire and where you will see it when you arise. And it states, do not tell them what you can do, but show them. Do not tell them what you can do, show them. I like that. And this is another good one. He says, repeat the following words aloud 12 times each night just before you go to sleep. You ready? Tomorrow, I will do everything that should be done, when it should be done, and as it should be done. I will perform the most difficult task first, because this will destroy the habit of procrastination and develop the habit of action in its place. That's something that just by sharing it with you, I'm like, damn, that's a really good affirmation. And he states again, whenever you impress something upon your subconscious mind, it'll go to work and making your external reality consistent with your internal orders. And carry this out, he states, with faith in their soundness and belief that they will develop in you action. And he goes on to talk about how the same way laughing is a good way to chase off worry, envy, fear, all these different things. He states that singing will also produce this a similar sort of result. And who doesn't like to sing, especially if you're down and out? You can just sing a tune. By the way, I've got a vegan songs playlist. Check it out. Song about potatoes in there. And he states that if you've got a monotonous job, you're doing the same thing over and over again, which is something similar to what I have. It's quite monotonous in some ways and not in others. He states that it's really good if you've got music. Music is a great way to sort of stimulate your soul, lift it up. Even if you're listening to like, I don't know, like Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, whatever you're into. Mine's normally like Juice WRLD and Kid Cudi. That's what I'm bumping right now. And he states that it brings it back to this cooperative effort. So I've noticed in his book he sometimes goes into like the topic of whatever he's talking about, cooperative effort, but then he'll go into something like action, auto suggestion. This is how it is, and then he'll come back to it. And he states that cooperative effort based on harmony of purpose, if you all can sort of come together and in this one sort of path, it states that let every member of the collective set their heart upon the achievement of the same definite end in the spirit of perfect harmony. That is when you have a mastermind. That is when you have a mastermind. You think of a band, I don't know, like the Beatles. They come together like, let's play some music. Or you think of just a regular business. Just everyone's coming together, working for the business, for the customers, etc. And he states there are three major motivating forces according to Napoleon Hill. One is self-preservation. The other one is sexual contact. And financial power. So basically money, sex, and self-preservation. Money, sex, and health. That's how I see it. Money, sex, and health. Those are the three biggest motivators. So he says that if you want to be a great leader, you will have to be able to impel others to lay themselves aside for the achievement of a definite task. So, and he states to find out where you are weak and learn from the failures of others and learn from your own mistakes. And he states that if you can master the 15 lessons, then you will be an educated person and you will know how to get whatever it is you want without violating the rights of others. Ooh. This is a very good chapter. So, I'm just going to read the affirmation one more time and then I'm going to close. Tomorrow, I will do everything that should be done when it should be done and as it should be done. I will perform the most difficult task first because this will destroy the habit of procrastination and develop the habit of action in its place. Go out there, build your cooperative team. Recognize that whenever we come together, we are stronger. And whenever we work from a space of cooperation, it allows us to live in a more peaceful, more harmonious way with the world, with our work colleagues, and with our friends. So use auto-suggestion. Recognize that whenever you plant something in the subconscious mind consciously, it allows space for that to actually come into your life. With the example being waking up early in the morning, saying to your subconscious mind. So use all these tools in creating a happy, healthy life. So with that being said, peace, love, veganism. Thank you very much for watching this. Like and subscribe. There will be more coming. I'm out.